Hi everyone and welcome to Jane Talks Real. It's nostalgia time once again and I'm going to be talking about Pingu. Pingu is a claymation kids show about penguins that started in the 90s and ran for a long ass time. The show followed the adventures of Pingu, his little sister Pinga, and their mother and father as they lived out their lives in an igloo in Antarctica. Now Pingu and his family talk gibberish, but this show was the birth of Noot Noot! I watched Pingu as a kid, obviously, but I also had a Pingu audio cassette which I listened to on my Walkman. Retro. Pingu was sat at dinner one day having trouble eating his potatoes, so he mashed his fork into a spoon. His father told him off and Pingu laughs at him when his potato falls off his fork. He then proceeds to blow bubbles into his drink, which Mama tells him off for. He then deep throats a fish, which is really disturbing, and runs off to play with his toys, but Papa makes him come back to eat his greens. Pingu doesn't take this lightly when he spits them down the toilet. Pingu is basically a little shit. In Pingu Looks After the Egg, Mama is sat on an egg waiting for it to hatch and passing the time knitting. Pingu is being no help at all, reading comic books and listening to loud music. Mama makes him sit on the egg for a while, but Pingu's plasticine butt wasn't really built for it. Mama goes outside to help Papa, and Pingu gets immediately bored, puts on some music and starts to dance. Wait, did his head just come off? The egg gets up and starts dancing too, much to Pingu's horror, and he chases it around the house. Mama and Papa realise something is super wrong and make it back to the igloo in time to catch the egg. But where's Pingu? Well, he's in the cupboard crying, and Mama very kindly takes care of him while Papa sits on the egg. Mama and Pingu clean up the mess, and Pinga is born. Pingu Goes Fishing introduces Seymour the seal. Now, the internet says the seal's name is Robbie, but I swear it was Seymour. Can anyone help me out on this point? Anyway, Pingu goes fishing in an ice hole and catches a fish. He tosses it onto the ice behind him and tries to catch another one. Seymour grabs the end of his line, pulls it up through the other ice hole just behind the first, and eats the bait. He attaches the first fish onto the hook and Pingu thinks he's caught another one. This repeats a few times until Seymour pulls too hard and Pingu falls over and realises what the naughty seal is doing. He can't keep up with Seymour, who throws a snowball at him, so he hatches a plan. Pingu covers the first ice hole and baits his line next to the second one. When Seymour comes out, Pingu covers the second hole and Seymour is trapped. A chase ensues, but when Seymour hurts himself and starts to cry, Pingu sees the error of his ways and uncovers the ice. Seymour gifts him with a big fish and Pingu lets him eat the rest of the bait. I remember Pingu at some point helping his father deliver the mail, but I don't really remember much else about it. Papa is the local postman and Pingu rides along with him delivering parcels and letters. I know he struggled and somebody got bad news and Pingu cried, but Mama, as always, gave him a hug at the end. I also remember him and Seymour having a snowball fight, which Pingu was bad at. He used some nearby junk to construct a Pingu head to confuse Seymour and they ended up chasing each other around the snow. There was one time where Pingu was babysitting Pinga and took her out for a walk. He got distracted by seeing his friend and Pinga went missing. Pingu freaked out and spent ages looking for her before going home empty-handed. He was all ready to tell Mama and Papa what a screw-up he was when he found Pinga safe at home, having wandered back by herself. The most traumatic episode of the show that I remember was when Pingu and Seymour went sledging together using a half barrel. Everything was going well until Pingu had an accident and got buried under ice and snow. Seymour panicked and called to him, but Pingu was well and truly stuck. Being the smart seal that he is, Seymour went to get help to get Pingu out. Finally, I have a memory of something happening, but no idea what the rest of the episode was about. Mama sends Pingu to go brush his teeth, but instead he sits on the toilet and brushes the side of the bath to make enough noise for Mama to think he's actually doing it. So there you have it. That was Pingu. Did you watch this one as a kid? And what do you remember the seal's name being? I swear it was Seymour. Let me know in the comments or come say hi on Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Join me next time where I will be talking about a certain teenage witch. I'll speak to you soon, and thanks for watching.